Oh, right. Well, Alien Earth is out, and I most certainly have thoughts. I've watched the first two episodes. I've seen what it has to offer, and I kind of know the type of show this is. Now, I want to do a full disclaimer here and say that this is not the worst thing imaginable, okay? This isn't Acolyte levels bad. This is not going to be absolutely awful experience where you hate everything and there's nothing good to be. Not at all, not at all. Alien Earth, on the contrary, has some pretty decent parts in it. It has some interesting concepts. It has some moments of truly, great sci-fi-ness. But as an Aliens franchise entry, Alien Earth just simply is just a goofy Disney uh, throw whatever shit you can at the wall type situation. And it really is, in essence, just you know, this is my stance on it. It's like Disney Star Wars, but for Alien. It's the same type of stuff that you see with um, Disney Star Wars. It's like loosely resembles the source material. It's like okay if you're bored. It just doesn't leave you feeling like incredibly enthralled after watching it. It feels very plastic and very like, $100 million set type situation. And like, yeah, it does have moments that are great. Seeing the xenomorph just rip through people, always good. It's always going to be good. Now, the xeno looks a little different. He's like more bulky and more plasticky than you would imagine. I mean, you go back to Alien and Aliens, the movies back in way in the day, and those aliens look better. It's like even with like millions and millions and millions and millions times more budget in Alien Earth, like it looks just like the older alien style that they looked better. And yeah, like I mean, I always it's the same thing I feel with Star Wars, and it's draws absolute parallels to Star Wars is that like you have the old stuff, you have the new stuff. Chronologically, their stories intermesh and they're together as one. But at the same time, they like for me, I still have both separated, like in my mind. It's the same thing with like Prometheus and that. Yeah, sure, those movies are good enough to watch on a bored Sunday, but you like for me the classics are so amazing that they just like they're two separate things in my mind. It's like the prequels and the original trilogy of Star Wars is just like completely separate than anything that Disney Star Wars has created, and I put them in two separate camps in my mind because there's like the old stuff which is classic and amazing, and then there's the new stuff which is yeah, it's good enough, but it's not really the best ever. And yeah, like that's just how it goes with this stuff. So let's get to the parts that I don't like about Alien Earth because plenty of people will just say, "Oh, it's great, new aliens, great, amazing." They're consumers, and this is good enough for the consumer. But for like a seasoned film and TV lovers and sci-fi lovers such as myself, the movie just fucking craters and so many sequences. The goofiness of the android chick jumping and being able to control things with her mind is just weird. She's such an unlikable main actor that it's incredible. Wendy is just an unbelievably unlikable person. I don't know why they cast her, and she's just awful. She's just an annoying person who's impossible to like. Now, that being said, her brother CJ is pretty cool dude. He's not bad at all, and he's fairly watchable at the best of times. That boy Cavalier dude, the CEO billionaire, on the flip side, is just annoying. He's weird. So like there's good characters and bad characters, and fortunately there's so many characters intermeshed in every scene that you have a hard time tracking. It's just a conglomeration. I would hate to know what Disney's payroll schedule is like on this because they've got like 50 main characters just floating around all over each other, and that's Alien Earth. This concept with transferring human consciousness into a human body is quite interesting. I'll give it that. The idea of a xenomorph coming to like a modern area of human, in the alien timelines is interesting. I'll give it that. But there are so many sequences, like for example, the colonial marine or the Marines in this that they just there's a civilian crash, so let's send in the troops. Doesn't make any sense. And they're such like rent a cop looking cheap outfits that they literally just give them tactical gear and call it a day. This is supposed to be the future. And there's so many parallels like that in this sequence. You'll get like these really awesome inner spaceship sequences, and then another time they'll just be like in a nice modern house. And it's like sometimes you feel like you're like watching just a regular, soap opera, and then it switches to another set and you're like in a fucking spaceship. So I mean, like, you never know, it never feels quite fully authentic. Movies like, Aliens. When you look back at Aliens, like every sequence of that movie, you feel like you're in the future. Whereas, even Prometheus and those other movies, they had scenes where it doesn't quite feel like. I mean, Prometheus does a little bit better job of it, but Alien Covenant is that's like one. It's like there's a lot of sequences that take you completely out of the setting and source material, and it just makes it weird. Yeah, and yeah, that's the true manner of it. Is that it feels. It's the same thing with Star Wars. It just feels like you're on a set of an aliens movie. And it doesn't feel like you're fully immersed in the world. For me, this is solid 5.5 out of 10 material. It's so goofy and feels just so dialed in that it's hard for you to really like commit to caring about it. I'll watch it all just because I'm a massive Alien fan. And the weird parts, like when there's that, like, I don't know, the historical party that the people are having, that is just like, it's so like, what were they thinking with that? It's interesting enough to watch, but it's certainly not good. And I'll watch it just simply because I'm interested in what they do with my most favorite boy ever, the Xeno, who I will give them credit. They make the Xeno look badass. As long as the Xeno's ripping people apart, I'm happy in most circumstances. And yeah, it's watchable, but on a metric of quality, it's not good. And it's like, yeah, they're gonna just keep doing this with Alien, Predator, Star Wars. Any of the main popular ones, they're just gonna throw whatever they can because they know, Jurassic Park, they know if they throw these types of names on the screen, people are just gonna watch them. And like I just said, exactly how that is comes to reality is that I will just watch it if it's like a Predator, even though Predator Badlands I'm probably not gonna watch. But yeah, that's the true manner of a lot of this is that you put a Xeno on screen as long as it's not like the Acolyte. I'm probably gonna watch it just because I'm interested in the series. I like the setting, but they could do so much better. I mean, think about how amazing this would be. Remember the Alien vs Predator games? Just make a movie like that. You got Alien, you got Predator, you got Colonial Marines. They're on a base. They're all interacting, all three of them together. The Colonial Marines are fighting them off. They know about the Alien. They know about the Predator. They're using tactics to fight them. I mean, that's gold, and they just won't make that movie. And it's so sad that they keep kind of coming up with these new, brand new ideas to think that they're so great when I could come up with a better movie for Alien, Predator, or Colonial Marines, sci-fi in general, in my sleep. And like, it's like, yeah, I mean, they have all these writers and all these people, producers, directors, just all going at it of what the series should be, when keeping it down to just the basics. I mean, look at Alien Isolation. Look how good that was. Just give us that. And yeah, this TV series, the Alien Earth, feels like that. It feels very much like it's just trying to be too wild. It's trying to be too modern. It's it's just literally like throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. And just all these ideas culminating together just feels like a very messy experience. And you know what? It actually the trailer made it look a lot better than it is. And I don't think that it can recover fully from what it's been so far, because we know it's going to be the same affair. It's just going to be goofy, wild, zany. You know, look at all these creepy bug alien things, and that's your movie. It's made for the modern audience, and it really definitely is woke. It's got an amazingly diverse cast. Even though I gotta hand it to them by making the main characters who they are, they didn't make it fully woke, but it's fairly woke. The absolutely stomach churning moment of this TV series, the very beginning, is that it starts literally with a play-by-play exact recreation of the first Alien film. And for me, that's just such a disservice, because I don't know what they're trying to get at. I don't know what they're trying to prove. It just feels completely phony. And it's like, we'll just make aliens and people like it, right? So yeah, the first sequence for me, like even down to the like dinner sequence where they're all sitting around, they were literally just trying to say, hey, you remember aliens? Hey, look at aliens, it's great. And you see the same thing in Disney Star Wars. Is It's just like, remember this thing? This is the thing you like, right? And it's like that. They literally say that when they do these sequences, is that they're like, and there was so much of that in Disney Star Wars. It's just like, hey, you remember that thing? This is the thing, and then they just trail off into this conspiracy theory, like people talking to each other about their emotions. It's like, just give us what we want. So yeah, I mean, in conclusion, there's this. Alien Earth isn't absolutely awful. It's not the worst thing they've ever made. It could have been way worse, but it comes into that camp of stuff of cinema that's it's not very very great, and it just doesn't fulfill a full entry of what we would want from an Alien TV series. It's not going to wow you. It's not going to leave. I'd never left either episode being like, "Wow, that was incredible. I can't believe it. I cannot wait for the next episode." I'm just gonna watch it when it comes out. I'll just be like, "Huh, interesting." But beyond interesting, there's nothing here of quality. There's nothing here of particularly badassery. There's nothing here that even comes close to matching the original two films. And in many ways, I actually think that Alien 3 is better than this because it feels more authentic. It has more to live in the world. And for me, this is just a Gen Z alien. It's like that's all it is. And here's a controversial fucking subject for you. I liked Romulus way better than this. Romulus had massive problems. Don't get me wrong. I've talked about Romulus. And it's goofy at times, but it aligns way more with the alien source material than this, and it feels way more authentic than this. And in my opinion, this is a downgrade from Romulus. And you're gonna see as this goes on more, they're gonna push the Xeno more to the back burner, and you're gonna get more about the girl, and you're gonna get more about these different beings, and they just give us the xenomorph slaying people and hunting people. That's all we need, like don't who cares about any of the other crap? Because ultimately we come to the aliens for the Xeno, and I gotta hand it to them, they at least did that. I mean, you at least have Xeno running around wrecking people. So that alone is fine, I guess. But Alien Earth isn't gonna blow your socks off. It's not an absolutely incredible thing. It's truly just something, a curiosity to watch. And maybe that's all we'll ever get from the Alien series, is just these weird, curious spin offs. And yeah, I mean, Godspeed Xenomorph, because you're going to be an iconic creature in the mythos of the world forever. And it doesn't matter what woke Gen Z romp they put you in, as long as you're wrecking people. We love you, Xeno.